Hello everyone, and welcome back to Cloud's Fortresscraft Frozen Factory Flattsburg episode 19. As you can see, I'm getting attacked by some really big bugs, so I'm just gonna leave. Now, I ran out of biomass, which is never a good thing. So, I ran power down. All the way down. Ran out of good lasers, so I'm using two not so good lasers. One's really for a flashlight, essentially. This one ran out of juice. Here. Now we can see, and there's two big biomass deposits over here, one over here, so there's a ton of biomass down here. But I definitely need that. So we're going to use remove only on him. And you can have lots of steel cutter heads. And for now, I'm just going to stockpile them in hoppers. But I'm going to have a lift dedicated purely to biomass. And one lift dedicated purely to crystal. So there we go. And then I'll be able to just come by and grab a whole bunch. Very soon, because like I said, I kind of ran out of biomass. So I had to go get some more. And there we go. These three Falcors are definitely not fast enough. Not in any way, shape, or form. So what I'll do is add another one here, and another one here. But this one I'm going to have to power differently because there's no induction charger here. What I could do instead, because the items won't spoil on a belt. They'll only spoil in regular or non-cryo hoppers, I should say. So if I make a little system here, I can put some more hoppers here with more Falcors feeding all the way over here into this side. Gotta be careful when super building these that you put one facing the right way. There we go. Yeah, so I can just kind of feed into this line here. Something like that. Oops. And then, of course, when I have the materials, I'll actually be able to keep these cool. But right now I have no laser energy transmitters to spare. All my extra energy is being sent down below for resin, and we'll find out why in a second. Well, apparently he put it in so that the deployed explosive is now researchable. And until I came up here and actually checked this, I couldn't see what charge level the explosive was. I couldn't see that it actually deployed and was blowing my face off. So yeah, I didn't expose the Hivemind because, well, I exposed the Hivemind, but I didn't kill him because the explosive wasn't high enough charge. So just keep that in mind. You might want to deploy your first explosive up top so that you can go ahead and scan it right away and process the research so that you can actually view the tooltips of the items. Hopefully he'll fix that, because now I have to wait probably another hour to have enough materials for another explosive. So I'll be back then. Well, in the time I've been waiting for more resin, I've just been kind of going a little bit overboard on the Falcors. And this refinery setup's only temporary, but there was a lot of extra power right here, so that's why I set it up. I've got a lot more Falcors collecting loot. I have a lot more beacons set out. I've probably tripled both the Falcor beacons and the actual Falcors. I doubled the power coming down here, set up quite a few more ablators and liquefiers, and I've also had to start feeding it. So we have the coal mine over here, we've got a hopper here. Now, I'm doing this manually now because this thing is basically insatiable. It will just ore after ore after ore with no break in between, and I don't have enough power coming down here to handle that. So I'll let him eat 5 or 6. Grab my treasures, and then I'll head back up. Well, this is how I really wanted to be starting this episode. Say bye-bye. And there it goes. Now we have plenty of room for our cargo lifts. Finally! And I've got some Hivemind brain matter. Hive brain matter. There we go. Now I can head up on top and start setting up setting the cargo lifts to start setting up their rails. Well, I don't have enough lasers to get the back ones set up yet, but that's fine. The front guys will probably burn through all of the rails I have. I can't even fill up all of these yet, so a couple of the back ones have power, but now they will all simultaneously start building downwards. Some of them get more power than the others, so that's why he's going much faster. These guys must have run out of power. So that'll take some time. Just like everything else. I love the jetpack. So really it's just a matter of me refilling these for a while. I have 300 being stored at a time. It's probably about time to increase that. So I have 300 here. I could increase it to 900, and in fact I will. There. And these make them pretty quickly as long as they have power. These will be soon replaced by jet turbines from back here, and once that's happened, these will just launch these out. So the next time I come back, there should be close to 900 there at least. At least I hope. Now I still get plenty of the fuel canisters, but I'm checking, and as long as I don't have any empties, I'm adding some more, because as I'm going, I'm adding more jet turbines as I'm going, and I'd like to just keep a huge stockpile of fuel. There's really no reason that I see to not have this line completely full. You don't really want anything extra on this line if you can help it, but I don't see any reason why you can't have this completely full. So I also need to start upgrading some of these guns, and I need to get the current research I have done so I can get new mass storage outputs and inputs, because right now they can't keep up. So there's no need to upgrade my smelting if I can't get the bars in there fast enough. So I'm going to get some jet turbines. I'm going to make 2 of these. Well, I don't have enough plastic pellets in my inventory, but there's 200 here. And I've already got 1 laser going to a power storage, and it's been doing pretty good. It could be doing better, so I'm going to hook up 2 more jet turbines to that research lab to kind of try to get things moving along, and I will be right back. Now, even with more turbines focused on feeding directly this, it's still going to take quite a while. So I'm going to start on another project while we're waiting on all of that. Now down below, I set up some hoppers and I left all my minecart stuff down here while I was working on other things. So what I'm going to do is basically put load stations here. Oh, I had him right. Okay, there we go. With all the curves and whatnot. So they're going to come, they're going to load here. And I'm going to have all the unload stations over where the lifts are. Got to face the right way when you place these. I'll probably have to move some power lines around. But that's basically how it'll do it. And then they'll just go back and forth. And I'll probably do a loop leading from all the different resources coming back here. And I'll eventually have so many carts on this thing it won't matter. And then when we get more logistical options for our mine carts, we'll be able to tell the empty ones, alright, you know, you go back to the beginning before they get all the way to the end, just to kind of try to save some time on them. But I'll probably have so many mine carts it won't really even matter. But that's the idea of it. So I am going to have to move this power line, all of this stuff right here. I'll get this set up and I'll be right back. I've finished laying the track, so I'm just going to leave this stuff here. No reason for me to carry it around everywhere with me. I think that's everything. Yep, got the track laid down. I got my depot here. Now I'm going to go make a whole bunch of mine carts. Well, I got a pretty nice amount of carts. These guys are still waiting to actually unload. And I have, as you can see, tracks already on their way down. Now, I almost forgot. I gotta stop those tracks from going any further. At least a couple of them. So, there we go. He'll stop there. That one went up too high. Let's try that again. There we go. And of course I blocked the laser. Don't want to do that. There we go. So now we got break you again. It's alright that they went below because these will probably eventually be going lower than they are. Like for example, this one is definitely going to be for biomass. And then I'll probably do the one next to it for crystal only. So they can go down as far as they want, really. I'll reset these so that they set here again. And we're missing one. Not quite sure what he got stuck on. He just ran out of rails. And since that one right now is going to be for crystal, why don't we stop him right here? There. That will make him stop right here. Now let's keep checking on the other guy. He ran out of rails. Okay. Looks like just a rail issue. It doesn't look like there's anything actually in the way. There shouldn't be anything in the way anyway. And these guys don't have power. Alright, so I need to set power to them and make several thousand more rack rails to catch the other guys up. But the plan is, I need more tracks. There we go. So I need to set more tracks down there to reach those new mine carts. So I'll set the ore up or I'll set the carts up so that the ore will be ready and waiting, so that when I do get some carts made and drop down here, there'll be a bunch of ore ready for them to pick up. To give myself a little bit more room to work. And I'll also set up some lighting. There we go. I got a lot to clear, so I'm going to clear out all of this, and I'm going to set the track up, and I'll be right back. It's not exactly the prettiest thing, but it works. Got it going on both sides now. So all that's left to do is finish the rack rails, get some cargo lifts, and very soon I will be bringing a very large amount of ores to the surface. Now these guys are just going to kind of hang out here until I get that done, but that's fine. I got plenty of mine carts made, and I got a pretty good system for collecting the organic rock that you need for making more mine carts. It's just something I've been testing, and it seems to work pretty well. And grab some power, and I'll go show you. Well, you know what I'm going to do first. See how many rack rails we have. More than 600. Fantastic. And I still need to get power over to those last guys. So why don't I do that? Make a couple more of those. There we go. So we need power beaming from here to there, and that'll fill up those. Actually, that's all I needed was one? Huh. Let's give them a lens. Okay, cool. So then I just got to make the cargo lifts and then I'm good. So let's go check out my little system for getting organic rock. So I just hopped down to the cold caverns here. I've kind of set up a little area. There's some in there now. Bunch of junk too. These just pick whatever is laying around. So the camo bots are attracted to here because this battery is here. And I'll just shoot them a couple times. And basically I found they just have a chance of dropping organic rock when anything shoots them. So even a little wimpy Mark I gun, which takes a pretty long time to shoot to kill them, look at how many that one guy dropped. That's 6 organic rock from one of them. And I didn't have to do anything. I just shot them once to get them aggressive. You can actually go and just gather them all up for your turrets. Just pop a couple shots off at them until the turrets take care of the rest. You'll have to get them to come closer and closer and closer. Another way to do it is if you set up an Arthur turret, Arthur charging turret, before the actual turrets. You just put an Arthur charging point before your turret so he gets the power first, and then just sit up here. Arthur will charge you, and you get a good 20 minutes or so, I'd call it, before you have to worry about plugging Arthur in again. But they will eventually go for this exposed battery here. Very slowly, mind you. This is a much faster way of doing it, shooting them. But you can AFK farm. I haven't quite tested that yet. I'm just going by what I've done before. But I'm sure if I just sat up here and eventually they would eventually come to this battery, pull off this battery, and then as soon as they start pulling out of the battery, the turrets don't like what they're doing, and their turrets will take care of them. So I'm going to test that. I'm going to do it off camera. I'm just going to kind of sit here for a little bit after this guy's been taken care of. And see, they can't actually reach me up here. They can try, but they can't. So I'll collect only 2 from that one. I might have actually picked them up. I might have been close enough. But I'm already up to 19, and I almost had 0. So I'm going to sit here for about 10 minutes, and we'll see how many organic rock come from me just standing here doing nothing. So here's why it wasn't working. The camo bots were going for this battery here. They didn't want anything to do with the battery that I have up here. They were coming for this one down here. That should keep them off of there. But yeah, not one single organic rock. And I come and I see him being shot through the wall. And that explains it. They were all going for that battery and leaving the rest alone. So the quickest way, of course, to do it is to just get them to come to you. Unless, of course, it's not hitting them. Ah, see, there we go. Unfortunately, they only come forward a couple steps each time you shoot them. Although I think they will eventually naturally come forward closer to you. This way just seems a lot easier for now. And there you have it. My turrets will farm organic rock for me. They'll pick it up. And I just stand up here and shoot stuff. Yeah, just sitting up on top of that thing and antagonizing them works so much better. I've got so many of them now, like 5 or 6 of them just kind of hanging out there. I don't really have much power coming here, so it'll be a little slow at first, but once I get more power, these guys will just shoot the living daylights out of these things. But I think I'm going to have to cut it off here, so I appreciate you watching, and I hope to see you next time.